Hi guys, Valentine here. Quickly gonna show you how to feed your starter, whether it's on a daily basis or once a week. Here is what to do. Grab your starter. It's been either a week but you feed it and keep it in the fridge, or it's been just a day and you keep it at room temperature. You take about 1 tablespoon of it. I like to use a scale, but if you don't have a scale, that's roughly 1 tablespoon for 15 grams of starter. So 1 big tablespoon like this. It's hard to measure because it's pretty thick, but that should do. There you go, 16 grams. And then to that, you're gonna add 30 grams of water. So that would be roughly 2 tablespoons of water. Okay, so 30 grams of water. Okay, and then you mix that with a little spatula or with your finger. And that's a ratio of 1 to 2 that we're feeding. So that means for 1 ratio of starter, we feed it 2 ratio of water and 2 ratio of flour. So we had 15 grams of starter, 30 grams of water, and now we're gonna add 30 grams of flour. So that's roughly 3 tablespoons. So 1, 2, and 3. There you go. And then you mix it some more. And then after you mix all that together, you should have a thick paste, just like this. Okay. And again, if you don't use a scale, it might be a little bit too thick or too wet. If it's too thick, you add more water. If it's too thin, you add more flour. But that's pretty much how it looks like. So that's just a thick, gooey batter. Okay. And that, you put it back in the jar. So what to do with the leftover starter here? You don't need to feed everything every day, because if you keep feeding everything every day, you're gonna end up with a massive amount of starter, and there is no purpose for that. So what I like to do is to have a container, a plastic container with a lid like this, where I'm gonna empty my old starter. So let's get rid of the old starter. That's called a discard. So it's a sourdough discard now, because we don't have any use for it anymore. So I just empty the leftover starter out of this jar, and then I can put my freshly fed starter back into this jar. So you don't need to clean your jar every single day. There is no point in that. Just once in a while is okay. Put your freshly fed starter in here. Close your lid, and that's it. You fed your starter. Now, with the discard, you can either throw it away, or you can stack it and then just throw it in your compost once a week, or you can do some recipes with it. So you can keep piling the sourdough starter on and on and on into this jar, and then use it in a recipe sometime. If you want some inspiration, just Google for a recipe with a sourdough discard. There is lots of things out there. So this is how you feed your starter. Now, if you want to create a leaven for your recipe, it's exactly the same thing, except you need to make just enough for what the recipe is calling for. For example, if you need 100 grams of leaven, you want to take 20 grams of your starter, add 40 grams of water, and 40 grams of flour. 20 plus 40 plus 40 is going to equal to 100 grams. So that's how you create 100 grams of leaven. You do the exact same thing. If you need more leaven, you just use more starter, more water, and more flour. But that's it. Also, just keep in mind that when you want to create a leaven for your recipe, you want to have a starter that has been fed at least 12 hours before, because you want to use it when it's at its peak shape. Okay? So don't feed your starter and then create a leaven from it right away. Okay? So feed your starter, for example, in the morning, wait 12 hours, then create your leaven for your recipe, and then you'll be good to go. The next day, you can go on with your recipe. Thank you guys, I hope that helps, and happy baking!